The college football experience, Minnesota Golden Gophers 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code. That's TCE SGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, everybody. Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, Minnesota Golden Gopher edition. Love the Gophers. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hop on over there because we're breaking down all 136 teams with the solo episode for each and every team in the land. We got a triple header going on. We just dropped the Purdue preview. Now we're doing Minnesota, and later tonight will be the Arkansas Razorbacks. And yeah, we're breaking them all down. So check us out. Hop in the chat, talk shit to us, tell us how much you think we're geniuses, all that good stuff. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Love me some Gopher football. They were lost for a little bit, a couple decades, but they're back. They've been back for like 15 years. Talk all about it. Row that boat. Row. Let's go. I hope that I hope with all the change that they haven't cut the rowing team, because that would be I feel like a lot of rowing teams have been cut. Can't do it there, right?
No.
It's crazy though. We used to have a lot of people that really hated on football. Then they realized that their rowing team is gone because they started to pay the players. Oh, you forgot. Football used to take care of everything. All right. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the college basketball experience. And hey, shout out to that. When the season goes live, we'll be live every night of the season. And friend of the program, Nico Medved, called home. So we will talk college hoops every night of the season there. But right now, it's football season. We talk college football every night of the season here as well. So give it up for former Stafford Austin P with the Govs, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, buddy?
Let's go, baby. Row those boats. Coach Fleck, great year last year. Go Gophs. Cheers, everybody.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, I mean, PJ Fleck's done an unbelievable job. We're going to talk about him in a second. But, I mean, how about just the fact that, I mean, this program, never loses bowl games. First off, they've been to 8 bowl games since 2015. The only years they didn't was Fleck's first year in 17 when they were 5-7, and then the COVID season. So okay, I mean they pretty much throw out the COVID season. They're a shoo-in, but they've won every single bowl game. And really, Jerry Kill, once again, man, kind of the guy to get this program on track, because they've been pretty good really ever since. Even their losing seasons, they haven't had just like a true shitty season in a long time. And 8-5 a year ago. Now, I will say this: you probably want to vomit regarding the Penn State game, which you should have won, but PJ Fleck's done an unbelievable job. Let's start the slides because Coach Fleck 9-4 in 2022, 6-7 in 23, 8-5 in 2024, 86 and 61 throughout his career. Obviously, that fire season at Western Michigan, where they were 13-1, if memory serves me correct. But also, don't forget he had an 11-2 season in 2019 with Minnesota. And I think there's room for optimism moving forward as long as he's at the helm. What do you make of Coach Fleck and these Gophers, man?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much always finds a way to have a winning season outside of the COVID year and then year number one. So a couple 9-win seasons, the magical year in 2019, last year, a nice bounce back from that 6-7 year. That was a little bit disappointing, but this seems to be a consistent program, 7-8 wins year after year. And you kind of look at it, some of the other teams in the Big Ten have not been able to sustain success getting away from their identity. Minnesota's been the opposite. Fleck's done a good job of keeping their identity and really playing their brand of football.
Yeah, and I'm with the chat. He's rocking a tie here.
Yes.
I like diversity and I like originality, right? And I like personality. I asked Jason Eck if you didn't listen to our Jason Eck preview because his players showed up to media days. He's New Mexico, the Lobos, their new head coach, and he came over from the FCS, former Wisconsin offensive lineman. So I'm sure the Minnesota fans hate him. But I was like, dude, what are the chances we're going to get you rocking a shirt and tie? Because you had your players come there. Now it's not going to happen. But look, I love that. Bob Nielsen, South Dakota Coyotes head coach, just recently retired, been rocking the shirt and tie on the sidelines. Cristobal did it for a little bit at FIU. I wish he would have stuck. I would like him a lot more if he would have stuck to that. But Fleck, look at that right there. Rocking the shirt and tie. Let's go. All right. Someone's got to own that style again. Mike Nolan. Remember, that's how corny the NFL is. Mike Nolan was doing it. And then they actually like drafted up something where they're like, you can no longer do that in the NFL, even though the whole history of the sport is fucking Tom Landry and Vince Lombardi. You got to be wearing the Reebok or the Nike 49ers jacket. Lame. Fucking lame. That's what I love about college football. You could have Biff Poggi. Remember him at Charlotte last year?
With the cutoff, and then you got
just wearing cutoff. Yeah.
The zip up.
Yeah, you get all you get everything. That's part of the fun, man. NFL forgets that, man. I was in that era where like Bum Phillips wearing looked like he was gonna like herd some cattle at halftime. You know what I mean? Like he had fucking cowboy boots and like a hat on. You had Tom Landry looking like a shirt and tie, but like a G. It's a shame we've lost that. All right, in on the pro level, college still sustaining it. Let's go. The offense. I think there's a lot of reason. Greg Harbaugh, no relation to Jim. All right. He will not sleep over at your kicker in high school's house. I got dibs on top bunk. But yeah, I mean, look, their offense was pretty shitty last year, which is fascinating because you should have beat Penn State. You should have won 9 games, really. 80th in scoring offense, 76th in pass offense, 109th in rush offense, 107th in total offense. Yeah, I know they had some problems. I mean, they were a defensive team, but like, there's a lot of reason to be excited because Drake Lindsey, this redshirt freshman quarterback, is a fucking beast. I think some are saying they finally got their guy. This dude is 6'5", 230. I think that's what I read earlier. The offense. Well, you're starting a redshirt freshman more than likely. Darius Taylor's back at the running back spot. This guy that has over 1,700 yards and 17 touchdowns. I feel like they always got good backs under PJ Fleck. And they return just 4 other guys besides Taylor on the offensive line. Brockington, the wideout, Jameson Geers, the tight end, and then 2 of 5 on the offensive line. They did hit the portal. They went out and they brought in, and I really like this Emmett Moorhead get because I thought he had a game or two where he looked all right at Boston College, where I thought, hey, I saw some talent. He comes in via BC/ODU, but I do think in case you struggle with the lack of experience, it's good to have an experienced quarterback behind him. AJ Turner from Marshall, Cam Davis from Washington, running backs, and Cardenas from Vandy, I think give the room a decent amount of depth. I'm very excited to see what they do at the wide receiver spot. Because Malachi Coleman from Nebraska and Javon Tracy was a beast at Miami, Ohio. So I know they're excited about that. We'll see if he can step up to the Big Ten level and perform. Logan Loya from UCLA coming in as the third wideout, and then tight end Drew Bieber baby, right? Drew Bieber, the tight end from Purdue, coming in. They kind of rated Purdue's team, which is classic. On the O-line, they got a Purdue guy, Jaden Ball as well. Dylan Ray from Kentucky, Marcellus Marshall from UCF, and Kaylee Tafai from Washington. Mac, will the offense be better than 107th this year? It's gotta, right? I know they're starting a redshirt freshman, but I just feel like it's gotta be a little bit better, right? I think I'm just going to go ahead and say it's going to be better.
Yeah. What's amazing is Brosmer's on an NFL roster, but he wasn't that productive last year. 18 touchdowns at less than 3,000 yards. So the offense was the weak link. I like the additions in the portal, whether it's Turner from Marshall, who was almost 1,000-yard rusher last year, Coleman from Nebraska, and then Tracy from Miami of Ohio. I think it adds some explosiveness. Tracy was 800 yards through the air last year on the team that got to the MAC championship. So he is taking a step up, but I think that they'll get out of those 80th overall. The rushing attack's got to be better than 109.
Taylor's a beast, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're gonna be better. Now, I don't know that they're
and Turner. I mean, they got a 1-2 punch in the backfield.
Yeah. That's true. And I like what some of the guys they got. Yeah, like what's his name? Davis from Washington. I thought flashed at times. Okay. Well, look, that's the offense. We're gonna say it's gonna be better. Now, I think if you were looking for a double-digit win season, it needs to be like 40, 50, 60 spots better. But the defense, man, now I think one of the concerning things I think Gopher fans will probably tell you is the fact that their defensive coordinator is gone, right? Corey Heatherman is gone. He is he put up some fire numbers a season ago. Look at this, man. 9th in scoring defense, 10th in pass defense, 12th in rush defense. Total defense charting at 5th in the fucking nation. Now, Danny Collins is the new DC. He was on the staff. Oh man. This is intriguing because I was trying to think about, like, is that a catastrophic loss? Because Heatherman was a damn good DC at James Madison too. But I'm also like, okay, they didn't play any top 25 offenses a year ago. 0. Their only top 50 offenses they played were Penn State, where Penn State stole that one with 26 points in that game, I believe. And North Carolina, week 1 in North Carolina, if you remember that game, their starting quarterback got out for the season and tore his ACL.
Yeah.
In like the first quarter of that game. So I don't know. I mean, at the same time, like the defense was awesome, but it's like they did a good job against Lincoln Riley, and Lincoln Riley didn't have a top 50 offense for the first time in a while, I bet. It's how, and then you look at like the history of what they've had under Fleck. Like Fleck came in with Rob Smith as a DC, and he's now Rutgers' DC. I feel like they've always had decent defensive coordinators. So I don't even know what to really deduce from, like, okay, we've seen so much defensive coordinator turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it was Joe Rossi a few years ago, who's now Michigan State's DC. So it's like whatever he does, he hires defensive coordinators well. I'm not going to really panic at this, even though the DC is now in Miami with Mario Cristobal. They returned 4 starters on defense. I love getting your defensive tackles back in Eastern and Logan Redding. Redding's a fucking baller. I remember a game last season where he was kind of kicking ass. Maverick Baranowski back at the linebacker spot, and safety Kerry Brown back. They went to the portal, of course, and they brought in Stephen Curtis from Illinois State, another Purdue guy on the D line. Rashawn Lawrence from Stony Brook. Whoa. I know human being and fish can coexist peacefully, Mac. The linebacker Jeff Roberson from Oklahoma State comes in. Anytime you get an Iowa defensive player, that's a good thing. John Nestor coming in at the cornerback spot. Pretty disgusting though to transfer from Iowa to Minnesota. Cornerback Jalen Bowden from North Carolina Central comes in, and then 2 kickers. I think they're going to start Denneberg from Syracuse. I'm sorry, 1 kicker, 1 punter. Brody Richter from UCLA also coming in. I'm just gonna say I think the defense. I mean, look, it's got to be a little bit worse, but I still think it's gonna be like a top 25 defense because they're in the Big Ten.
Cook the books.
They cook the books a little bit in the Big Ten because you play like 3 capable quarterbacks. Actually, no. Now that they've added some of the West Coast teams, but last year they didn't get. They did a good job against USC though, but
they only have one of them on the schedule this year, and it's Oregon.
That's the one you probably don't want to play, but look, I think the defense will be fine with Collins. I think it'll be top 25. It probably won't be 5th, but it's a harder schedule I think this year. We'll get to that in a minute. But what do you think? Defense takes a step back, but still really respectable.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they like I said, they stick to their identity in Minnesota. That's why they've been a bowl team year in and year out. And a little background on Danny Collins. It's his 9th year at Minnesota with Fleck. He's been there from the beginning. He was with them at Western Michigan as well, 13th year overall. So, like, all those coordinators that have come in and out of this program, Danny Collins has worked under. So, it's more continuity than probably people are giving it credit for.
Yeah. Let's talk schedule and state of the program in a second. But before we do that, I do want to let the good folks know that the Minnesota Golden Gophers season preview episode on the College Football Experience is brought to you by, us. Yes, we are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. The Sports Gambling Podcast is back with their 32-team NFL preview series. 32 teams. I could get that done in a weekend. Right now, I'm joking, but those guys are they're back. They're doing all 32 teams. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out 1 word of a 32-word phrase. Submit the phrase for a chance to win $1,000 Circa future. So hop on over to your podcast feed or whatever and check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. We're also brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Look, the world's greatest sports book, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest. Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true DJ if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Also, come hang out with us, SGPN, at the Circa Contest Weekend, August 21st to the 23rd. That is week 0, folks. Me and Moneyline Mac and the guys from Sports Gambling Podcast will all be out in Vegas. It's just an amazing weekend. We're going to do some live shows, some open bar stuff. Plus, we're going to give you 15% off your stay at the Circa with our promo code SGP15. The contests are open to everyone, by the way. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use that promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball's the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back talking Gopher football. Offense will be improved. Defense will still be the anchor of this team, but a slight step back is what we're saying. It's all state of the program when you think about it, but also state of the program is your coach, your fans, your stadium. And Mac, a lot of people don't think I like new stadiums. And that is inaccurate because it's just NFL stadiums because they all suck, like including the Vikings one that everyone sucks off. This one is much better than the Viking Stadium because Minnesota did something great. They were playing at that filthy Metrodome after they left the Met back in the day. And they built the stadium, even though the name has no personality, Huntington Bank Stadium. It is a fire stadium, in my opinion. And they pay homage. Like, that's what I'm saying. That I like a lot of the new stadiums. Baylor did a great job with their new stadium. Minnesota did a fantastic job with their new stadium, in my opinion. It is called Huntington Bank Stadium, which pretty lame. But at least they did a great job honoring college football and got out of that filthy Metro Dome bullshit. It's 16 years young. I'm giving this thing an 8 of 10. And you could talk me into a 9 because look, I think they made that shit look like a classic stadium. Look at that right there. They went after, to me, the classic college football look, which I can fully respect. And I think, look at that shot, by the way. You got the skyline. Look at that fire fucking stadium. They've done a hell of a good job with this thing. The Vikings played here for a couple years. Sorry to bring up Blair Walsh. Yes, this is the real bank. This is the real bank. And this stadium is the best football stadium in the state of Minnesota, without question. I think this thing is pretty damn good, man. And I think they did a really good job building this thing. Like, it just looks classic. They have great fans. Look at that fucking look at that shot. God damn, they should put this one in the Smithsonian or something. Look at that shot. Is that real? This is heaven. That's fucking heaven right there, dude. What do you give this thing 1 to 10?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I would have given it a 9 if they had a creative name to be to your point. Like in basketball, they have the barn. Which we are big fans of the barn and
love the barn.
Phoenix about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. It seats 50,000. It's perfect for Minnesota. And they pack that thing in, and it gets cold as shit there in November. And they play to their, and it goes back to what we said. They play to their identity. They play good defense. They win the battle of field position. In a way, they're a little bit like Iowa, to be honest.
Yes, and that's what that. I also find it ironic. Their worst years were when they were in the Metrodome.
Yeah,
because you're taking away your advantage. I get it. Other teams play in the cold in the Big Ten, but like that's still your advantage and it's your identity. And you're gonna have to go play on the road at all these other places. So they went away from football by playing in what Mike Ditka called a roller rink, which he was accurate with the Metrodome. And now they found their soul again and brought it back to what football should always be: outdoors and fantastic. I mean, look at this shit, dude. This is a fire stadium, though, man. What are you doing if you're in the Minnesota area? Okay, there's some other state. You can go out to a St. Tommy's game or a Minnesota State. They're the Mavericks, but this one this is what you should be doing every single Saturday if you're in the Minnesota. Shit, even if you're outside of Minnesota, get yourself out to a game. It's a fire stadium. Yeah, that dome. They got great fans too. I mean, yeah, the dome was terrible. All of them are terrible. Even that new one sucks. Look at the shopping mall. Feel like I'm at the Minneapolis airport. Yeah, look at that. Great fucking stadium. 8 of 10. You could talk me into a 9. Get a few whiskeys in me. I could say, it's a problem. Look at that shit right there. That's beautiful. Yeah. Skyline in the background is fire, man. Absolute fire. Job well done. Kudos. Someone deserves some. Who made that call? Someone. Give me his Venmo. All right. Or hers. His or hers. All right. Now, state of the program, Mac. I gave it a 7 of 10. It is tricky thinking. You just let the doors open for USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. 3 of those 4 programs have a better history since TV's been invented. Don't forget, Minnesota last team to win 3 straight natties, right?
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day. But let's get back to those days. Let's row those boats right back to those days. I'm going to give it a 7 of 10. I think they have legit stability as long as Fleck is there. And really, like I said, since Jerry Kill came through there, the program's in good shape. I would like to see another like back-to-back double-digit win seasons and really some Gopher fans had to be a little bit jealous watching Signetti make that run this past year, right?
Yeah, no doubt. And Iowa has been a little bit more consistent than Minnesota. So, like you said, 7 is fair. We want to see get back to that 9-4 back-to-back years, and then see if you can knock on the door and get that 10-11 win year.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into the schedule, because week 1, watch out. What's this line right now? Like 17? Didn't we see it was like 17 or something?
Yeah, 17.5, I believe.
You know, I am high on Minnesota this year, I feel like, to a certain extent. I mean, the quarterback situation, I'd like to see it, but like Pete Lambeau at Buffalo, I kind of think they're like in a good spot to potentially win the MAC. This is gonna be a game, I think. Give me the points. Give me the points, but the Gophers get it done. 1-0.
I agree. Yeah. Gophers win, 10-point game here. I think this is going to be a little bit of a challenging game, though. Buffalo's got a lot of experience coming back. Minnesota, I mean, we love their offensive line and defense, but new quarterback and playing a veteran Bulls team here.
Yeah. Week 2. Sorry, there's just like a gigantic fucking spider right by me right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Northwestern. Look, I like Minnesota's strategy this year. Let's put all the Northwesterns on this schedule. Northwestern State.
The Demons.
Hey. Win. Northwestern State was horrible last season. Win 2-0. Dominance. What are you doing here?
2-0. I'm with you.
Then after that, they make a trip to one of my favorite stadiums in all of college football, Cal Memorial Stadium there, Berkeley, California. If you remember the Cal preview, I took the Gophers, but I do think this game is going to be a little sneakier than some think. But give me 3-0. What are you doing here?
I think I'm going to take Cal. First true road start for a young quarterback, and Minnesota, I don't know if they'll be as battle tested as Cal at this point. So give me Cal to get it done out there in Berkeley. And we know the history of these teams traveling west. It hasn't been good.
Yeah. I think that game is super sneaky. I took the Gophers to win, but like I do think Cal is being a little bit slept on.
Yeah.
I thought they responded well in the portal. Come out of that, you got a bye week. That's good when you come back from the West. Look at fucking Tony Dungy playing quarterback. Come out of that, and you are then taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Greg Schiano. I have Minnesota winning this game, but I do foresee this being a complete fucking rock fight.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So give me 4-0. But I do think this is like a 14-12 type of game here. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Minnesota here off the bye week. This is a great Big Ten opener. Minnesota, Rutgers, feels like it fits. Both teams want to control the line of scrimmage. I'll take Minnesota back at home. I got them 3-1 to start the year.
Oh, fuck this spider go, man. It's a big ass fucking spider. I can't find it right now. This is the worst part about doing a live show.
Pop up on the camera.
Yeah. All right. So you got them 3. You got them what?
3-1.
3-1. I got them 4-0. Then, okay, going to the Horseshoe. Take on Ryan Day. Series goes back 104 years. It's a loss. It's a loss.
Yeah, we'll keep it moving.
They're 4-1.
They're not winning at the shoe. Sorry, Gopher fans.
I mean, please do win this game, but I
hope
just don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, so that'll be my first loss this season. 4-1. You're at 3-2. Then the Boilermakers come to town. You took some of their guys. Yeah, I think Purdue. We just did the Purdue preview. We took Minnesota. So yeah, go listen to that Purdue preview though. So I got them 5-1, man.
4-2 over here. Yeah, I like him here.
Then Nebraska comes to town. If you remember our Nebraska preview, that episode's out as well. I am buying some of the hype on Nebraska, but I definitely am not buying it here. I think this is where they get caught. I think Nebraska will be a ranked team, and Minnesota will win this one. And the excitement and buzz around Minneapolis will be rolling. What are you doing here?
Yeah, this is a Friday night game. If you remember the opener 2 years ago, overtime game where Minnesota grinded it out on a Thursday night against Nebraska. Yeah, I like the Gophers here. 5-2 over here.
Yeah, 6-1. Let's go. Then a trip to Iowa City in a series that goes back to 1891. These games, Ferentz has had Fleck's number for the most part.
They robbed Iowa 2 years ago.
That was absolute horseshit. The Cooper DeJean punt, they said that he signaled.
Yeah.
What a terrible fucking call. I'm taking Iowa here. Second loss for the Gophers. If this was in Minneapolis, I think I would take Minnesota, but in Iowa City, I have to take Iowa.
I can't take Fleck over Ferentz. He's had his number year after year after year. I think Fleck's beat him once, and it was the fair catch game. So yeah, I'll take Iowa here. 5-3.
6-2, and then Sparty and Jonathan Smith come to town. I do think this game could be more than people think. I think Smith might have them a little more chippy this year than some think. But I'll take the Gophers. They're at home. But if you're selling yourself on a game that you don't see coming that they could lose, this could be the one. But give me the Gophers. What are you doing here?
And it just feels like a one possession Minnesota win. Big Ten game. I think they grind it out in the cold, and they protect home field here. So 6-3 for me.
6-3, 7-2 for me. What the fuck, right? Then they get another bye. The retro unis they're rocking there, and we'll get to what they're doing out of the bye in a second. But I want to tell you that the college football experience, Minnesota Golden Gopher style, is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including all the summer sports, CFL. I bet a bunch of CFL every week. MLB, WNBA, golf, tennis, racing. All right, you got all that, and don't forget college football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to MyBookie.ag, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply, of course. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. You probably heard me talk about Rhythm before. They just dropped a new game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. Look, in the MLB, Power Trends have been fire. 254 and 147 this season, a win rate of 63% and an ROI of 4.5% in their past 400 bets. The WNBA Power Trends, 35 and 20 since it launched, 64%, just about 20.7% ROI. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. Get your free 7-day trial period today. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. We're both all over the Gophs here. They come out of the bye week though. Nice bye week, by the way, because you're gonna need it. Because you're going to Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, to take on these Ducks. And Mac, they're going to lose this game too.
We laid it out. Nobody in the Big Ten has won at Washington or Oregon last year. So yeah, Minnesota's not winning at Oregon here.
Yeah, I mean, look, I once again, I hope I'm wrong. I just don't see this one. I do like the bye week though. I do like the bye week before the game. They come out of that and they go to Wrigley Field. This is what would be back-to-back away. I think they're going to have a decent amount of fans there because why not go to Chicago, get shit hammered, and hang out at Wrigley Field? Northwestern fans, they don't really exist, and if they do, they're not gonna want to go over to Wrigley. Gophers win. What are you doing here? By the way, I love the college football game at Wrigley to honor it, but I think Northwestern's idiots to get rid of Lakeside for these games.
I think Minnesota will have the crowd. Their fans care and they'll go down to Wrigley. To your point, yeah, 7-4 for me coming down the stretch.
Well, especially if they to me, I have them with 2 losses.
Yeah,
they're right now. They're in a playoff race right now. This will be a Minnesota crowd if it's a playoff race.
I agree.
So yeah, then they come home, and we have the rivalry game. Why can't I think of the name of this right now?
Oh, it's
the Axe. I know it's for the Axe because I got to put that on the slides. What is this? I feel like I fumbled this on the Wisconsin preview too. And I know this. Well, it's Paul Bunyan shit. That's what it is. But is there a name? Is there like a title for the rivalry that I'm forgetting?
The Border Battle.
Yes, Patty C in effect. I have Minnesota winning this. In fact, I feel pretty good about Minnesota winning this. I know it's a rivalry game, so you've got to throw out records, but I feel pretty fucking good about this one.
I took Wisconsin in this one just because the road team's been winning this one recently, and
will Fickle be there for this?
Well, no, I had the interim winning the meaningless game in my scenario. Yeah, I got Minnesota finishing 7-5.
Wow. Do I really have them? What do I have?
9-3.
Right, and the win total is 7.5. Let me take a bird's eye view of that schedule here.
It's a good schedule. I mean,
they if 9-3 will put you fringe playoffs. The problem is, man. The problem is your losses are to other fringe playoff teams.
Yeah.
So I think 9-3 still wouldn't get them in. Unless like Oregon or I mean who knows? I mean I guess Iowa could be 7-5 or something, but which they did win last time they played at Iowa, but I also think like Cal is a little bit of a 50-50 game to me. Michigan State or Nebraska. There's enough there where I do think I could be being a little bit generous, but I'm going to take the over. I think 8-4 or 9-3 is more likely than 7-5. But I don't lose to Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's a tricky game. And then the Cal, like you said, the Cal game's a 50-50 game. Sparty's not a gimme at home either. Nebraska will be a little bit of a challenging game as well, I think.
But hear me out, though. If you were asked a random Big Ten coach, I think they would tell you would want these teams on your schedule in general.
Yeah, Purdue.
Northwestern, Purdue, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Michigan State, and even Nebraska based on their history, their recent history. So it is a great schedule in that regard. But the road spots, especially in conference, even though you only really have 3 of them, the Horseshoe, Kinnick, and Autzen is that's diabolical, man. Those 3 spots. Yeah, I'm on the over, though. I'm not going to lock it, even though I said for 9-3, because I think 8-4 is probably even more likable. I'll even say, like in hindsight, give me a loss to like one of those teams, like Cal, Michigan State, Nebraska. I think 8-4 is probably where I got them at. But what is the best case scenario here? Best case scenario is 9-3, right?
I think 9-3 with the losses at those big 3 road games. So not really a path, I don't think, to the playoff, just because I mean, I guess they could win at Iowa again. But, I mean, we saw how much craziness had to happen for them to win that game finally.
I mean, they could also lose to. I mean, Nebraska should have beat them the last time in Minneapolis. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Jeff Sims just
13-10 in overtime.
that game was ridiculous.
Yeah, Sims, I think, was point shaving. That was ridiculous, those passes.
Look, yeah, I got him at 7. I got him at 8-4. You got him at 7-5. So I'm on the over. You're on the under, folks. We will be right back in about 5 to 10 minutes with the Arkansas Razorbacks preview. It won't be as long as you know. I took like 20 minutes between Purdue and Minnesota. This one will not be as long as that. So anyway, 5-10 minutes. Let's talk Razorback football. Shout out to PJ Fleck though. 9-3 could get you to the playoffs. Let me just before we close out. Let me just say that, Mac. What if they do beat Iowa and they're 10-2?
Then they're in. I would think so. I mean, yeah, if you go 10-2 in the Big Ten or SEC, you're getting in. And you'd have a win at Iowa. That's a good win.
Yeah.
And Nebraska, we think Nebraska is going to be an 8-win team, so that'd be another 8-win.
What's the floor? We didn't say the floor too. Like you lose to Cal, you lose to Ohio State, Nebraska 3, Iowa 4, Oregon 5, 6-6, right? 5-7. Yeah.
His floor has been 5-7 a couple years ago. If they get on the wrong side of a bunch of 1-score games, but they'll be back bowling again, at least at minimal.
It's gonna be fun to watch because this is a team that potentially could crash the playoffs, man. It potentially could. Can't wait to watch it. Folks, be back in about 5-10 minutes with the Arkansas Razorbacks preview. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Don't forget YouTube.com/The College Experience, breaking down all 136 teams in the FBS. We also have the FCS show, the College Basketball Experience, the College Baseball Experience, even our Frozen 4 episodes for college hockey. All of those come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/The College Experience. Till next time, enjoy the slideshow. I put together a nice little slideshow honoring the Gophers college football history. But yes, till next time, this is the College Football Experience, Minnesota Gopher style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. They say the Lord watches over my sins, over my head, watching hair as it thins. Over the ledge, it ain't letting me in. There's still regiments and relevance to letting me win. Win, lose or draw. You ain't prepared unless you all ready to lose it all. Losing a brawl? Yeah, that's a ride a day. Good friends know my Nina Hideaway. They came and went, but the riders stay. So it's like I won the lottery and can't be found. Until I resurface with the latest purchase. 33 and a third and 45 circles. You ain't got that shit. And I ain't 45 king. But on the beats, I've been doing my thing. I start the program and the doorbell ring. I gotta leave town to a place I can't be found. My celly's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. American dreams, lessons, and still they work. I guess the sand on the beach still was really dirt. Now I'm going home, flying over Rome at 30,000 feet. Like, damn, is that really Earth? I see the killers work on walls, familiar turf. Got a little school in graph, 101 was first. Got a little school in math, didn't really work. But put the numbers on the block and I make them hurt. Any block is my stomping ground where my people lay low so they can't be found. They don't wanna be, ain't from the crew, but I'm honorary. Liquid, soul assassin, psycho harmony. Type of armory that's more than a shield. Type of armory's DeLorean steel. Type of warrior's ill. So true to my sound, but dig deep so it can't be found. My celly's off so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down.
It's the revenge of our stealth, the intelligence plane. Bomber, a manifestation of karma. The far left, low keys, let it be. Listen, whispering words of wisdom. Ghost dog, breathe in the shadow of leaves. Same darkness hides tripping those crooks and thieves. Special forces, black ops. Bad brains, fishbone, black rock.